Mahabharata is a very old and important story from India. It talks about how everything in the universe, whether living or not, is created, destroyed, and then created again in a cycle. This keeps happening without a clear beginning or end. Just like the seasons change and fruits grow again each year, everything in the world goes through this cycle. There were many gods, called Devas in this story, 33,333 to be exact. The sons of a god named Dev were Brihadbanu, Chakshus, Atma Vibhavasu, Savita, Richika, Arka, Banu, Asavaha, and Ravi. One of them, called Mahya, had a son named Devavrata, and his family grew large with many descendants. Some of these became the families of famous rulers, like the Kurus, Yadus, and Bharata. These families were important in ancient times. The sage Vyasa was a wise man who wrote down many stories, teachings, and knowledge, including the Vedas, ancient sacred books. He wrote about things like life, death, the different stages of life, how people should behave, and the stories of many kings and gods. He also explained things like the sun, moon, planets, and stars, and how time is divided into 4 ages, or yugas. Vyasa wrote down all this wisdom in a huge book called the Mahabharata. It is not just a simple story, it has many parts. People today still study this book because it teaches us about religion, life, and how to be a good person. When Vyasa finished writing the Mahabharata, he needed someone to help him write it down. So he asked the god Ganesha, the god with the elephant head, for help. Ganesha agreed, but he had one condition. Vyasa had to keep telling the story without stopping. Vyasa agreed, but he made the story a little tricky in some places, so he could have time to think while Ganesha paused. The Mahabharata is so important that it has been passed down through many generations. Many people have learned parts of it, like Vyasa's disciple Vaisampayana, who told the story to others. The Mahabharata was also shared among gods, humans, and other creatures, and it has been remembered and retold ever since. This great story teaches people about bravery, good behavior, and wisdom. It is like a big tree with many branches, each branch representing a different part of life, like history, religion, rules, and the stories of kings and gods. It also explains the meaning of life and the universe. That's why this story is considered one of the most important stories in the world.
The Teaching Troops.